Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry it's been a few days, but it's been a hectic fourth. It's been a good fourth. The first one I've had with my boyfriend, and we ended up doing a lot of stuff this weekend, so I got really busy, and I haven't been able to be on here as much as I wanted to. Um, so I decided I was going to do this today. I'm trying to think of everything I was going to tell y'all. I'm going to have to do um, three post three videos. So the first video I'm going to post, which is this one, is just going to discuss on stuff we're going to talk about and prayers. If you have any prayer requests, comment down below, and I'll keep y'all in my prayers. Um, this week is going to be Monday and Tuesday. I know for sure is going to be a little hectic. It shouldn't be too bad. I will post videos if I feel like it. Monday and Tuesday as well. I want to try to post every day of the week. With that being said, Monday, July 7th, I have a doctor's appointment that morning, um, which is just a checkup. It's nothing major that I know of. I ask that you pray for that. Tuesday, July 8th, I go in to my cardiologist for my stress test, my heart monitor hookup, and I think that says ECG. I don't know. Echo, anyway. But that's going to be in the afternoon, so please pray for that as well. The rest of the week that I see for right now, it's usually a last minute thing. Everything should be freed up, so I'll be able to post a lot more then and keep y'all updated and posted on that. The following week, Monday, the 14th of July, I will be going back to my cardiologist for my results from all that they've seen and that they know of. But the following day, the 15th of July, I ask that you really pray for me that day. That will mark 2 years since my mother passed away, and that's been kind of rough. Um, as many of y'all possibly know, my daddy had passed away May 3rd, 2018, and then November 12th, 2022, my boyfriend passed away that I was with for close to 7 years. And then the following year, what even 6 to 8 months later, my mother passed away July 15th, 2023. So please keep that in mind and keep us all in your prayers. But I'm going, like I was saying, I'm going to have to do 3 different video uploads because it won't let me do all one major video. So it has to be like 15 minutes apart. So if you was wondering why I was putting on 2 different uploads, I believe it was Friday that I started this. No, it wasn't. It was Thursday. Thursday that I started this, it was because of that reason. It has to be 15-minute videos. But what we're going to discuss today in the next video is I'm going to read Bibles, stories. I guess that's what those things are. Bible cards, anyway. And the devotional of the verse today, and we're going to discuss on stuff like that. And then the third video is going to be just a major all discussion, and we'll discuss just what each topic means, like kind of break it down, and like what it means to us, and what it means for us to live by God. And I made a decision yesterday. Well, it was more last night. We ended up going to a free Jelly Roll concert, and before he started singing "Save Me," as many of y'all know who Jelly Roll is, most of y'all don't. But he used to be a alcohol and drug addict who was addicted to a lot of stuff he shouldn't have been. And not too long ago, he found God and he's living by God. And that just goes to show that anybody's worth saving. And that made me start thinking. And I was reading stories on Facebook, and that also got me to thinking, people use family and past traumas as an excuse for them to be what I like to say ugly to other humans. And I found myself kind of being that way as well. Kind of being like, well, so and so, this happened to me, and I deserve to act like that. Well, I got to thinking, it's your decision on how you make your life. You choose the paths you go down. You choose you choose your actions. And, I got to thinking, like, I deserve to be happy. I don't have to use family curses. I don't have to continue those family curses. I don't have to accept the less of life, I guess you could say. And I believe that God kind of used me going to that Jelly Roll concert to really open my eyes to the facts. Like, I don't have to keep living the life I'm living, and I don't have to keep acting the way I'm acting, if that makes any sense. I want to use this to to help anybody that's suffering. It don't even have to only be, if you're suffering trying to find God, and if you want to believe in God, if you want to, if you're having problems with addictions of any kind, I want this to be an eye opener for you. It's like, okay, maybe she's talking some sense here, because I've been around both of my parents, biological parents, were drug addicts. And I can't say for sure if they still ain't. I know that they're trying. I do know that. Um, and they left a huge pain in my heart that shouldn't be there. Um, but I want to always say that you live and you forgive and you forget, but you can't forget. But it's your choice as a human and being the upper person, the upper human, to forgive. And I've always been a firm believer in my whole life. You just forgive them and you just let them go. You don't, just because you forgive and just because you forget, that doesn't mean keep going back to them. That doesn't mean keep letting them continue doing the same stuff that they're constantly doing. And it ain't even just that. It's, they have to prove yourself to them. And if you do something wrong, you have to earn that same respect. You have to earn everything you get in life. You have, like, it, money, trust, um, any of it. And I think personally, that's just laying heavy on my heart this weekend, especially. And I've been so depressed. So I'm just like, okay, You know, I want to be angry. I mean, I've been sick for a while now, and I want to be angry about that. But what I also understand is why. It ain't going to change nothing. So why be angry? And I was telling my boyfriend today, you know, I take my anger out on the wrong people. And I've had it, not just family members, but so called friends and everybody doing that to me. And I'm like, you know, I know how I feel about it. I know how I feel when they take it out on me. So why am I going doing what they're doing to somebody else who don't deserve it? And I genuinely, I told my boyfriend, you know, I'm sorry because I don't want to keep acting like that. And he's more understandable than I am. I'm gonna be real with y'all. He's hot headed, but he's a lot more understandable. He's like, you know, you're sick and you can't help it. And I said, I understand that, but that does not make it right. That doesn't make any of what I'm doing to you because you're trying to help me and I'm sitting here biting your head off for no apparent reason. And I'm good. I'm so good at doing that to people. And I want to let that part of me go. I don't want to keep being that person. And I know when you're as sick as I've been, especially, it's very hard not to be ill. And it's not really the fact that you're ill toward that person that's trying to help you. It ain't that. It's more of the you're trying to release that anger that you have built up. And I'm also really bad at this. I'll be the first to tell you. I do not talk about my feelings to nobody. If I do, that's probably in the middle of a breakdown because I'm good at those two. Um, I usually keep it bottled up inside to the point where it just becomes pure hatred, pure, just different kind of stuff. But um, with that being said, we're just going to talk in the next video and read stories and just discuss all of how we can change and how we can be better people in this topic um, in the third video. But with that being said, let's get started. I hope y'all enjoy.